A message from the universe you're not meant to miss. So if you're coming across this message, there is something here for you. My name is Theresa. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. If you do want a live reading, I do have 15-minute and 30-minute options. They're very limited. You can send me an email through my website or a direct email, TimelessDivineTarot@gmail.com. Number 19, happiness is coming out first. You could be 19 years old. We also have number 12, exuberance. And number 23, the life force energy. All right, let's take a look at happiness, number 19 in the guidebook. This is the time to do what gives you joy. Be still, be open, and be happy. The sweet nectar of life is awaiting on you. You don't need to suffer to grow. It's not noble to put happiness on others ahead of your own. So are you making other people happy, but you're not making yourself happy? Today, you need to take steps to expand what your happiness really looks like. Maybe you can't get it all done today, but you got to start somewhere. Spirit is saying if you're getting this message, you could be somebody that is finding happiness is not something that you have owned on yourself. Maybe you've allowed other people to dictate what your happiness looks like or if you're even happy. Exuberance, number 12. So the month of December could be significant. Your birthday could be in December. It says, children, young plants, and animals are exuberant. You carry the same energy within yourself. When you pull this card, it's telling you that all the seeds that you've planted in your life are going to begin to grow. Get ready for rapid growth and reaping of rewards. When you finally recognize what you need, this embodies success and this embodies playful energy. So think outside the box. Be willing to try something new that's going to make you happy. Let yourself face your fears. The time is now. So this is getting into an exciting energy of what would it look like if you were to be happy? What would you be doing? What would you be feeling? What would you be experiencing? And getting into this exuberant energy. And then we have 23, the life force energy. So something is picking up in your life. You're being forced to find your happiness. So let's look at 23 in the guidebook. Life force energy is a vibrant life force energy healing, going with the rhythm with your passions. All the qualities waiting to expand even more in your life. This card is telling you now is the time not to hold back. Have you been holding back your happiness? You've been holding back experiencing new things? Life is trying to sweep you along the path of finding your happiness and joy. So if you have been suppressing feelings of wanting to experience something, you tell yourself you want to experience something, but you force yourself not to experience something that would make you happy. Spirit is saying life is trying to force you into your happy zone. You deserve to be in the happy lane. So let's get some tarot and figure out what this is, because you could be somebody who has been sitting in an energy of unhappiness, a stuck energy, and the universe is trying to push you along into a joy of happiness and fulfillment, and you have been maybe resisting the force of happiness. So what is this happiness here? The Chariot. Okay. You could be a Cancer sign. You could have Cancer in your chart. There's an emotional happiness that is inside of you that needs to be satisfied and fulfilled. You look at that. We've got Temperance in reverse. So there's a disharmony that you've been sitting in for a very long time. And Spirit is saying your happiness is what you make of it. The experiences that you want to have, it takes you moving differently. It takes you looking at life differently. You're being forced to do some type of travel outside of your comfort zone. Travel outside of the experiences that you are comfortable with and being able to experience something new. Exuberance is like, you know what? I'm just going to rip it off the Band-Aid. I'm going to go all in. I'm just going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do what makes me feel satisfied. Even though people may think I'm nuts and crazy, this is a very happy, exciting, playful energy. So what's this exuberance here for? What is this? Oh. Okay. First of all, we've got the Strength. We've got the Happiness card, the Sun. And we've got the Page of Wands. So you could be a fire sign, heavy fire, heavy Leo, and Cancer in your energy here. So being exuberant is about finding what makes you feel satisfied. What is going to make you happy? Is moving to a new area going to make you happy? Then move. If moving into a new thought process of, you know what, I'm comfortable with what was in the past, but I really want something more in the future. I want a brighter future. I'm going to move in a different way. I'm going to experience new things. I'm going to be really strong in my virtue of listening to what have I been doing that I've been taming and containing myself, and I'm feeling inspired to do today. It's doing something outside of what your normal day-to-day routine is, your normal life is, maybe even the normal expectations of what other people thought would make you happy. For example, maybe you have a family that thinks you should get married and have children, that's going to make you happy, but maybe you don't want children. Maybe you don't want to get married. Maybe you want to be single and you just want to date and live life to its fullest. Whatever is going to make you happy in this message, Spirit is saying you need to realize whatever life is forcing upon you, it's because that's what's meant for you. Getting out of your comfort zone and doing what makes you happy. What is this life force energy? The moon in reverse. So you had been suppressing it, and you need to see the truth that Spirit is trying to push you in a direction that's going to make you happy, that you have been denying yourself, or you've been allowing other people to put you in a box and contain you and your happiness. And it's time to finally maintain control over what you want that's going to make you happy. Is maybe going back to college and getting a different degree, doing a completely different job or industry. Is finding a completely different social circle. The social circle you've had since college, that social network of people that you've outgrown the environment of those friends because you're in a different place than they are. Moving differently, taking control over your happiness is what Spirit is wanting you to know. In this message, your happiness is owned by you. And I tell this to clients all the time. When you lend your happiness to someone else, you become dependent on it. You become so needy and codependent of them making you feel good, making you feel secure, making you feel safe. But they can do the opposite. They can withdraw you. They can deplete you. They can completely bankrupt you. So happiness has to be owned 100% by you first. When you own your own happiness 100% of the time, anyone else, friends, family, coworkers, people, neighbors, people in your social network, those are in addition to how you already feel about yourself. And Spirit is saying, do something that people don't expect of you. Do something you don't even expect of yourself. Be exuberant, because the life you're living right now is forcing you to do something completely different. With the Chariot being your first clarifying card, it has something about you willingly taking control over your situation and being able to really go towards what you're being forced to do. And it could be a different career path. It could be a different relationship. It could be a different thought about yourself. But if you want to be happy, you have to own that 100% of that ownership by yourself. And the moon in reverse is saying you've ignored it long enough, that you're being forced to move differently to get out of your comfort zone. There it is. There's the Charity. This is about you really finally being generous to yourself. It's not about what other people want or what other people expect of you. It's about what you should expect of yourself so you can feel satisfied and fulfilled within yourself in this lifetime. You only get one life in this lifetime, and you might as well do whatever makes you happy. And if that means exaggerating and being playful energy and doing things that are wild and crazy that people don't expect from you because it makes you happy, then that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe you want to go learn a foreign language. Maybe you want to do a completely different job than what you did in your past. Maybe you want to learn something new. Maybe you want to be like the greatest baker ever, or a jewelry maker, or whatever. There's something that you're desiring and you're being forced to do it. That desire is there for a reason. The force is there for a reason. You have to come into alignment with it and not deny it. And you have maybe lended your happiness dependent on other people for far too long. And Spirit is saying, finally take the ownership back to yourself. Allow yourself to understand that nobody is going to make you happy until you make yourself happy. That you have to maintain that control, that you have to understand you're strong enough to overcome whatever was maybe told. You know, a lot of times what happens is society puts the expectations of what we think should be happy on us. You know, you should get married, you should have children, you should go to college, you should do this, you should do that, blah, blah, blah. And all of these preconceived notions are put around us, wrapped around us of what our happiness should look like. When Spirit is saying right now, you're in a life force energy of What's going to make you happy? Not what your friends and your family and everybody around you. Unwrap that ribbon around you that's been held tightly and really get to the heart of who you are and what you want to experience. Get uncomfortable for a minute. Let your hair down. Allow yourself to experience things that you've never experienced, because life is forcing you to do that right now. Life is forcing you to finally step into your own happiness. Okay, collective, that is what I have for you. I do want to thank you for watching this video. If you could please like, comment, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. If you do want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. Have a great day. Bye.